Welcome to Traceability TV as we embark on a special presentation on International Women's Day. Today, we are dedicating this platform to recognizing and applauding the remarkable achievements, strengths, and resilience of women around the globe, and most importantly, our GS1 Kenya staff. International Women's Day, observed annually on 8th of March, roots back to the early 20th century labor movements in North America and Europe. It emerged as a day of solidarity and action for women who were demanding better working conditions, the right to vote in political elections, and equal rights. The first National Women's Day was observed in the United States on February 28, 1909, as declared by the Socialist Party of America. It was in honor of the 1908 garment workers' strike in New York, where women protested against poor working conditions. The idea of an international day to celebrate women gained momentum at the International Conference of Working Women held in Copenhagen in 1910. Inspired by the American movement, delegates from various countries, including Germany, Denmark, and Switzerland, proposed the establishment of an annual International Women's Day. The first International Women's Day was celebrated on March 19, 1911, in Austria, Denmark, Germany, and Switzerland. More than 1 million men and women attended rallies advocating for women's rights, including the right to vote, work, and hold public office. In 1913, Russian women observed their first International Women's Day on February 23rd, according to the Julian calendar, which later corresponded to March 8th on the Gregorian calendar. On this day, women rallied for peace during the World War I, which demanded the right to vote. International Women's Day gained further significance in 1975 when the United Nations officially recognized March 8th as the International Women's Day. Since then, it has become a global day of celebration, reflection, and action. As we celebrate International Women's Day, let us honor the courage and resilience of women, past and present. Let us stand in solidarity with those fighting for justice and equality. Together, we can build a future where every female can thrive.
My name is Faiza Rashid. I work for GS1 Kenya. I'm the Retail and Marketplaces Executive. I'm a mother, a wife, and a mother of 3 children, and I'm so proud of being a woman. My journey of career is I started way back. I first worked in a pharmaceutical company, and it was for a few years. After that, I moved to a printing press, which I worked for around 6 years. Then I got married. I moved out of that. I relocated to Mombasa because I was married. When I went to Mombasa, I didn't work because I got pregnant and I had complications during my pregnancy, so I could not work. But late after that, I got a job again, and I also got a job in a pharmaceutical company. Then again, I moved out of Mombasa and came back to Nairobi. My journey has been between Nairobi and Mombasa. When I came to Nairobi, I went back to the printing press. When they heard that I was around, they called me back. I worked with them at the front office for another 6 years. Then I moved out again and went back to Mombasa. When I went back to Mombasa, I stayed in Mombasa for a while. I got a job with a company called Digital Edge Kenya. I worked as the administrator there. A few months down the line, I moved out of Mombasa again back to Nairobi, where I got a job with GS1 Kenya, where I am currently. And in GS1 Kenya, I've worked in various departments. I started at the front office. I moved out of the front office. I went to the finance department. I moved out of there. Now, currently, I'm at the communications department as the retail and marketplaces executive. Challenges I've encountered during my time of work is trying, as a Muslim woman, trying to manage between home and office. I have to be in the office and at the same time I have to be at home. That's a challenge because sometimes moving from where I'm coming from is far. I stay in Kiserian and I have to come back to Mombasa Road. But at the same time, I have to leave my home when I have done what I have to do as a woman, as a mother, and come to the office, get to the office very early in time, and by do my work in the office, go back home. I still have to cook for my husband and take care of my kids because I'll get home from here. If I leave at 5, I will get to my home by 8 and I still have to cook. And that's a challenge for me because at times I'm so tired, but then my husband is waiting for me to cook his food. And since I raised him like that, I still have to cook his food. So those are the few challenges I encounter as a woman. In this year's theme, I believe if you invest in a woman, you've invested in the whole society. And this encourages women because they don't need to feel like they are weaklings. Women are strong and they are very powerful. So it's for them just to understand that they are very, very powerful. If I was not the retail and marketplaces executive at GS1 Kenya, I would be doing business. And personally, I would be in the beauty industry right at the moment. My hobbies are, I love cooking. When I'm not busy, I'm always in the kitchen cooking and I enjoy it because I do it with my kids. Other than that, I really love traveling and swimming as well. For the young ladies coming up right now, I would advise them to really, really take good care of themselves. They should love themselves, they should believe in themselves, and they should be very confident about themselves. When you have all that, no one can ever put you down and no one can stop you from getting what you want to achieve. Happy International Women's Day around the world. Thank you.
Kakande, the entrepreneur Equator Commercial Farming and Processing. We are an agribusiness company working with a network of farmers, including women and youth. We are focusing on organic farming, emphasizing mainly palm tree. As a woman, I have a feeling for being responsible and caring for others. Currently, as a milestone, I've been able to work with even refugees in Chaka and Bamanja. This year's International Women's Day 2024 theme, Inspire Inclusion. I believe creating an inclusive society where women are valued and empowered to fully participate in all aspects of life. As an involvement in advocating for inclusion, I listen to women's stories, encourage them, especially those who are discouraged at times due to domestic violence, those who are overwhelmed by the workloads, and I talk to them about several things like empowerment. I also talk to girls about believing in themselves and being visible as female leaders. I also do the accountability metrics and I teach them how to be able to work with society, with men, and also working for women in speaking out their rights. If I was not an entrepreneur, I believe by now I would be having my own audit firm. My hobby as a part-time activity, I enjoy church ministry work. As a piece of advice to young women and girls, let every woman be respectful. Let them respect themselves and respect others, and let them believe in themselves. They can do it, and let them go by their dreams.
Hello, I'm Doreen
Jean Nsasi Rekwirinjira, and I am the director of Westlink Delicacy Api Group Limited. My motivation is our company's contribution to incomes of the rural communities, promotion of healthier lives, employment creation, the ecosystem, and of course my personal income. And being a Christian, I believe that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, just like Philippians 4:13. So I'm motivated by the fact that I believe that with Christ, all things are possible.
I'm Linux Kavaya, a mother of one, working at GS1 Kenya as an office assistant. I feel much grateful being a woman. Happy International Women's Day.
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 Happy International Women's Day.